Good Milwaukee, and welcome to a July edition of Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV. I am Malia Zhang. The word Nyob Zoo means hello in the Hmong language. It is used to welcome or greet people. So Nyob Zoo and welcome again to our show. July sets us off into new records of COVID-19 cases. Today, we will continue to address health and safety information to keep our community informed and safe during this pandemic. We will talk to Dr. Kajua Lor, pharmacist for Hyatt Pharmacy, to give us insight on COVID-19 testing. We will also take you to Outreach Community Health Center to see what services this agency has to offer and how they are helping out during these difficult times. In addition, we will take you to Lake McConaughey and introduce you to a Cambodian refugee family that chose that area to start their business. Not only that, we will deliver important information to our community and share with you pieces of our rich and colorful culture. Please note that all COVID-19 information that is given is up to date of the taping of each segment. This taping is on Sunday, July 12th. For current updated information about COVID-19, please visit cdc.gov and dhs.wisconsin.gov. Formerly known as Healthcare for the Homeless, Outreach Community Health Center provides high-quality primary, family, and behavioral health services to people throughout the greater Milwaukee area while maintaining its founding mission to serve the homeless, those experiencing extreme poverty, and the uninsured since 1984. Today, we take you to their facility on Capitol Drive and introduce you to their team and also talk about their services.
Outreach Community Health Center was first named Healthcare for the Homeless, and their goal was working with the homeless population. We are one of the healthcare centers in the city of Milwaukee. They're called federally qualified healthcare centers. And basically, anyone can walk through our doors and we have to serve them. So we serve the homeless population, we serve uninsured and underinsured individuals. We're a full-service healthcare center, so we have primary care, family health, and then we also have BH. And then we also have a community service piece too, as well.
I think another thing that makes Outreach Community Health Centers unique in the city of Milwaukee is a lot of our health centers do have primary care, but we also have a very robust behavioral health services and also community services. And I think that is extremely unique and very helpful to the individuals that we serve, that we can treat the whole person all under one roof. And unfortunately, so many of the individuals we serve have so many challenges. It gets confusing, people can get lost in the system, and we can help people through our own internal system, and we can talk with one another and check in to see how people are doing or refer them to needed services. So I think that's a huge strength of Outreach.
I'll definitely piggyback off of Angela and say that our internal process is very robust. So if a person is coming in to me for health insurance, but they have questions about housing or they're homeless, I'm able to just pick up a phone and call the housing manager and say, hey Ashley, I'm meeting with this client and they're in need of housing. If they need a referral to a doctor, I'm able to call down to the clinic and get them an appointment in real time. So I'm able to set clients up with tangible things that they can leave with. Like Angela said, we're really just kind of centering everything around the patient, and I don't think that very many places that you go to has all of these different pieces that are in place. Many of them come in looking for case management, they're looking for a plethora of things, and we're able to offer all of these things under one roof and provide a lot of consistency across the board.
Two things. One, I think it's the fact that everybody who works here is on board with the mission in a way that you can feel. It's a close-knit group. People support each other. They argue a little bit, and then they come to good decisions that have to do with the patient care or the client needs. And I was talking with a lady in finance about something that we needed to work out funding for, and out of her thinking and her mouth came, the patients come first. And I think that sets us apart, in my view, because that's what we do.
And I think too, when you think about outreach, you think about servicing community. And you think about people are important in this community. And everybody, and I think the key we hear all the time is your zip code should not determine how you're being served. And I think here at Outreach, we welcome everyone who walks through our doors. And we're concerned about every individual who come here. And we want people to check us out.
If you look at how COVID spread, the changes that were made for what's called social distancing are what really shut it down. Not having schools open, not having big athletic venues where everybody would stuff into an arena, people just staying quarantined, staying isolated, not going into work, those things really helped. And I think that those principles, we still have to stick to them even though things are starting to open up. There still are a large number of people that are testing positive. They're just not all coming in at once. If we don't want to see any more spikes, we still need to follow those rules, which is to keep the social distancing. And it's so easy to let our guard down. Weather's better, people are hanging out, people have to stick with the rules until we see how this goes for a couple months. When I talk to business people, they have been looking for a nice organized list of this is what we should do for this industry. And they haven't really found it. They found from the guidelines from the government some basic principles, but they're going to have to be really responsible for fixing the workplace so that people are distanced and so that people have easy access to keeping their hands clean, to keeping their faces clean. The most important thing we have to deal with, I think, coming up is education of young people. And if we goof this up and we aren't ready for schools to reopen safely because we've misbehaved, if you will, during the months of July and August, we've really, really done young people a disservice. I think that it's important to be mindful of the mental or behavioral health effects of a pandemic like this and the effects of the stresses that are associated with it. The stresses are associated with not being able to have contact with people, physical contact or just face-to-face, non-physical contact. Isolation is not good for people in general. When you look at how many people have lost their jobs or are uneasy about what's my job going to be like when I go back to work, that type of stress is something that is really significant. If one person's stressed out, lots of times they can get some help from their friends and their buddies. But if everybody's stressed out, it's hard to help the other person. At Outreach Clinic, we have two sets of resources available. We have a full slate of counselors of many, many different focuses and skill levels that are really ready to help people, whether they have depression, whether they have anxiety, whether they have substance problems. We also have a large social service program here to help deal with other things like domestic violence. What we do when those patients come forward is refer them to specialists in the community who deal in domestic violence. Because of our close relationship with them, we usually recommend that people call Sojourners Center and that they give really good care and outreach for domestic violence. But I think the way to respond to domestic violence is to call for help as soon as you can. The main takeaway is it's a beautiful day out, everybody's kind of relaxed and friendly, and we still can't let our guard down. We still must follow the rules. And what are the rules? They're hand hygiene, proper distancing, and there's been additional stresses lately in our community and communities throughout the United States, and I think those additional stresses need to be taken into consideration and to be carefully balanced so we can go forward and control the stress of COVID and the challenges of COVID and control the stresses and help fix the stresses that are otherwise going on in our country.
Thank you to Outreach Community Health Center for your time and your valuable service in our community. Stay with us. We'll be right back to take you to Lake McConaughey in Nebraska.
Lo yen yin che yo lo yen. giờ hậu lịch giang lò chỉ một tên mấy chỗ co ha có chế tôn này chú sa.
Of all the places, who would have thought to start a business venture in Ogallala, Nebraska? Well, this Cambodian family certainly did, right on the beautiful Lake McConaughey. The Kuoch family started their store and restaurant 3 years ago and is still expanding and growing. Today, Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV introduces you to the owner, Rid Kuoch, as he talks about his business, Lakefront Express.
I think we got a Hmong community here. You can see they got their grill, their fire pit going, fishing gear, that kind of stuff. My name is Rid Kuoch. We're in Lake McConaughey in Ogallala, Nebraska. A lot of people from Colorado, Kansas, surrounding area come here to enjoy the summer. We're sitting over here at the Lakefront Express, which is across the street from the lake, right off of Highway 91. We serve Chinese food, we have a convenience store, we have ice cream, and our lodging is right behind us. We have everything from tiny house cabins to RV rental. We have campgrounds and pool hookups and stuff like that. So what you can do here is park a whole bunch of campers in a circle, and you have a nice big fire pit in the middle. Their own kitchen, they set up their own kitchen even. My wife and I have actually been coming out here for the last, I'd say 14 years. We come fishing originally. We just enjoy coming out here so much that we bought some property here, so bought a vacation home here. That's how it started. Then it evolved, like, well, we'll come here so much, why don't we start a business? So my in-laws actually used to own a restaurant. And they're kind of retired now, but we thought, you know what, let's go ahead and see what we could do. So then we spun up this business, which originally started out just as a restaurant. At first it was a lot of work, obviously, because you have to start a business is tough. You got to do a lot. There's a lot of investment, a lot of time. But now we're about 4 years into our season now. It's been fun. So the kids, I have 3 daughters, so they come here and help out in the summertime. They love it out here, so they can't wait to come out here and so this is more closer to home. It's more peaceful. They can do their garden and that kind of stuff, so they enjoy it out here. So this is what we started. Last year we only had these 2 cabins. That was it. This year we did all this year. It's all new that you see here. A lot of things that we went through with this was actually unplanned. But I never thought about doing this. Honestly, I'm in the IT, so I do software. But I like fishing, right? So for me, this is a dream for me. It's just to be out here, be able to still work, do my day job, and still put in time over the weekends and the evenings to do this, and then the lake is right there. I can go fishing. Our operation is from about April till September. So like around Memorial Day is when we start to pick up, and all the way to Labor Day. So that's kind of like our season, and then that's our restaurant, and our lodging only opens seasonal. You can see what our campground looks like now when it's full. This is on Memorial weekend. Our new campground, it's got electricity and water and hookups for your camper. So if you bring your own camper and you want to be close to the water and close to the beach and still have electricity and water. So every site has a fire pit. So these all have a fire pit in the back. And this right here is our seasonal site. We have 5 of these. As you can see, this person right here put in concrete slab and some turf just to make it more comfortable for them. Now that we do have campgrounds, that'll probably stay open year-round because we do have hunters and ice fishermen and stuff like that. So if they brought their camper, whatever, they can park here and go to our site and book their reservation online, actually. So that's open year-round. I started creating a YouTube to put on our website just to show the campground. So there's a walkthrough so you can check out that video and you can see what our campground looks like. And it's always growing too. That's the other thing. We do have a pretty big property here. So every year we constantly change it up and we listen to our customers what they need, and then we try to add that so that makes it more enjoyable. This is pretty much our lodging area. We have right now 12 combination of fifth wheels, RV campers, and tiny house. And they're all hooked up to electricity, water, and septic system. So you're not gonna run out of water, you're not gonna run out of electricity. AC is always on. I mean, we call this our glamping experience because a lot of people, they don't want to sacrifice the air conditioning and the water and the grill. So that's what we tailor our customer is for, the ones that wants that glamorous glamping experience. Our prices as of today are between $100 to $150 per night. Our largest unit, which are these cabins, are $150 a night. But everything else is between $100 to $125. And that's actually a new low price because of the corona. We're trying to help the economy. So and plus, it's all new. No one knows about this. And one thing we don't do is we don't raise the price. A lot of places will raise the price if it's just a holiday, for example. They'll jack it up like double. Our price is actually the same no matter what day you come. So that way, we don't want to say, we don't want to nickel and dime everyone just because of the holiday, you know what I mean? People want to come and experience something different. They don't want to just come and just have the same old thing and that was my vision. Like, I wanted to bring something that was different. Having a Chinese restaurant, pho, ice cream. I mean, we really encompass everything that not very many campgrounds have, We get a lot of customers that are in the surrounding area. They never had pho before. They don't even know what pho is, right? And now that's the most popular item now is pho. Now we introduce some Asian culture into this community. Our plan is to add more activities for the kids. So inside our store we have a focus on kids because a lot of times kids come out here, they enjoy the water, but after one day of that sun, they run out of things to do. So we try to we have the arcade game, foosball, basketball. We have tetherball over there. We may add a playground, or maybe we might even add a little miniature golf. We don't know yet, but we want to tailor this place. That's why we don't have alcohol either. So our shop does not have any alcohol, no cigarette, tobacco products, because we wanted to make it more kid-friendly. That's our main focus. My wife and I's generation, we were born in our country. So, like, for me personally, I still remember some of the things that my parents went through to get us here and to escape the war, that kind of stuff. And even back in the 1980s, I mean, my parents worked $3-4 an hour just to put food on the table, So we see the struggle. We understand the struggle. But a lot of the newer generation don't really see that. But for us, that's a big deal, and that's why I wanted to, do something. Not just for our community, for my family as well, so that they, I think if anything, it teaches them hard work, because I mean, busting tables and working, that's hard labor. It's not like sitting behind a computer and doing nothing, right? So you're actually doing some work, and they see me doing the campground. I hope that's an influence to them to work hard.
Thank you, Rid and family, for your time and wonderful experience. We are so proud of the many things your family has accomplished as a refugee immigrant and bring diversity and the Asian culture for all to experience. For more information on Lakefront Express, please visit lakefrontexpress.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Bị đến đảo dùng trong số lên thọ có song đảo số bê sen. Họ chỉ sau nó các hạ ta số kế số bê sen nó yếu chi nu sẽ có bê cho bê sen America có cho credit cards là xí có tên đóng đảo hỗ trợ cho nhà. Kế số bê sen nó ở dùng gì sang hồn đảo internet là hỗ sự tông là yên tàu chủ yếu xí có cho nhau sư cho nên đảo ở nô cả.
Welcome back. With July reporting a new high in positive COVID-19 cases, it is very important that we remain diligent in protecting ourselves and others in order to not spread the virus. Among these practices, it is also very important to get yourself tested. Today, Dr. Kajua Lor, a Hmong pharmacist for Hyatt Pharmacy, shares information about the procedures for getting tested for COVID-19 and why it is so important to get tested.
Kuya Dr. Kajua Lor kuya itu kemachua tian the Hyatt Pharmacy tian itu nai ku khen the la ya Associate Professor Nyob Zoo Milwaukee Medical College of Wisconsin School of Pharmacy. Chitalin the kuya itu thya la ya Department Chair Shai Hyun Ngo Chi tu nai ku khen the be lu che kan the.
tụ cá mó đợt nó ô có chú họ lử chẳng bảo chàng lo impact có chú họ lử lấy chàng
đợt bé lúc trẻ cần đợt mà cho tuân sai lùa 我跟我穿的了用报道贴，被用看的贴，给跟的了找的 internet 贴，叫蹲菜我了鸟我给了用找一代都帮只么鸟住的找 fin 的贴叫您鸟我给的去操几刀都干么 covid 个做，给浪的叫个么穿，叫车么穿的。但是nó lỡ chỉnh khí thế vì đó có tin nên chỉnh nó chua thế gà chua vậy但是 nó cho cứ mua chua nhớ cho hay pharmacy mua đâu cho chơi chỉ bún nên mua bị cho chế vậy giờ lên đỡ hay pharmacy thế cho cứ mua chua đỡ hay pharmacy lấy in mua cho chua lấy in chỉnh ba sa chua thế ba sa cho chua cho bị chế có cho chua đỡ tôi ý lý nó ý rồi
bé bao đồng lấy chàng sự cá món nó chôn ở mấy cháu cứ mua chốt chỗ tốt này nè
yeah tụ cá mó covid có chua mà giờ ít tụ cá mó là huế lu virus ấy thổ nông thế sản đỡ là giờ chuan dư nữ kỳ thổ cho bạc cấp ba chuan đỡ nữ họ bài thế tụ cá mó covid có chua nó mà nữ mó rong lý ít lúc hốt thuộc thì si nữ yên sợ cho họ tụ cá mó nó chỉ mua nên đâu bao thiên nữ yên chia hình giờ nên mua cá mó covid có chua nữ yên mó nhà hình chỉ cho nên mà là tàu chính pha giờอยู่ôm bờ nòng là giờ ôm ba tàu lũ là giờ cho xe
nhà sản xuất chế hình tụi bé chồng mong cổ bé mong cổ cho tụi cá món nó sắp kỳ tao cho lụt tụ
tụi cá mó virus covid có chua nào mà nên xí kỳ thầu tụi tin nên đỡ ôn nữ mó đỡ nữ yên chụp bao hay tiền nữ mó lợi chỉ nữ mà ly kỳ cho tụi nên ná chỉ vì linh đỡ yên tàu mù xuân chuột sĩ yêu qua mua covid có chua thiết cho có ít cho nên mà lấy mó hẹn thì sĩ cho nên là họ chụp bao hay tiền là mua cá mó covid có chua chỉ tụ cá mó covid có chua nào mà nên sĩ kỳ thầu từ ít tụ nên đỡ nếu chứ ý là khổng và tụ cá mó virus đỡ tụ chua trâu là chỉ tụ nên đỡ họ sĩ là ở sát tế lộ là giờ là có là luôn chỉ mua khoản dâu khoản dư khoản mua chỉ tụ cá mó đỡ nếu thì kỳ liên đỡ chỉ nên chụp bao hay tiền lỡ chính có cho khổng và tụ cá mó tụ chua đỡ là chỉ biết mong mà bây giờ tôi chính pha thế cho họ nhưng mua bên mong hay nên mong mà nhưng trai tụ cá mó covid của chua thế đó chỉ bù mình nhớ tới trong nhở là giờ chỉ bù một tàu kế nhở thì si họ chính gì tôi tí thái cá mó covid của chua cả yêu chế nên thế yêu chỉ mua cho covid của chua đấy thế nào
bé mong mà bé nhà chúa kế bé bé nhà phong dư lo cái ti lo luôn chúa kế bé ha tại sao nó tại tranh đu cũ ha tôi này phải sử dụng chính cái nó lo một cái này lo cái một lúa hà là chẳng số bé chấm mong
khó chính là lấy hai tờ cái lumika chỉ là hoa practice social distancing nhở chỉ giờ you nhóm đó tin nên là cho tin nên đợi tôi nhóm trâu phi đợi you do daily đợi cái chỉ sót cho nên trong kia hỗ bị lúc trẻ cần đợi mà lấy hai tia kỳ rồi cổ lên nhóm hỗ y hông có chính nhờ tôi tí thái cam on rồi tê cho chua sâm bù rồi lên nên có phèn bao nhiêu lúc còn vô thổ nong cái trái để nhón xuyên đường đây để cho nên tu tê va tê chê cả nữ hòn đợt sông bù theo cả li rồi cho trong tỏi là ya bóc ở trong là ya chơi tự tên tên để thế giờ yêu muốn rồi rong là ya yêu muốn rồi nên chế trâu ý đại tóm bò chỉ mua cả chỉ cho kỳ tô cá mó covid có chua thế
chế một cô cho tụ cá mó covid có chua cô lấy chàng sát tàu hạt tất cả mua là cái gì mua
thôi lỡ qua chế lỡ yếu mới ít tu bắt chứ là giờ cho cá and swam đó có cá and swam đó nên những trâu inch đó chế lỡ mới cho hậu yêu lúc còn dư li cổ chí second đó chị là cho ý lúc còn dư ta chị là mà li qua ý sát cho lửa sát thế là sao cả lấy thế li tàu cho nông cảnh đó nhớ cho hậu yêu lúc chị sẽ là thế li qua tàu bỏ mua covid của chúa thế chị lấy những qua thầu đỡ chị ở bênนู้นlà mà li khai hạt để sẽ yêu bỏ mua là chỉ mua thế chị thầu yêu sao một qua covid của chúa đỡ nhớ cho khó chơi hay pharmacy mà lấy mua ít khó chơi quan đỡ bù đỡ nhóm đỡ có cho nhớ giờ ít chua West North Avenue nhớ hôm Milwaukee nó là khi cho mong sao cho mong nung Monday mù cho Thursday chị lấy những nhớ qua cho tới rồi lúc gì khi nó chị nhớ tuần nó chị lấy những quan tàu á chị nhớ mù chị nhớ tàu lấy những cái register one day là có website là mua cái website hua do I need a COVID-19 test.com register chị yêu mà li bài tàu để sử dụng YouTube đỡ là YouTube mu register là yêu bài cho có chân đỡ lấy những mua cho nên về lúc mong ba yêu thế tại vì nó mà cho cái cuộc COVID của chuẩn đỡ những nhập bút đỡ sao chỉ mua cái kho ghi đó chị lỡ ba nên cả bé qua sẽ bé bỏ mua COVID của chuẩn thế tới rồi ý cho nên chị lấy những chip bảo để lỡ tôi mua hẹn lại chip bảo tại vì nó sẽ là bỏ mua là chỉ mua chị khó chừng chén nhờ yêu bảo hay để yêu mua là chỉ mua yêu thế li chỉ một kỳ cho luyện năng thế.
Before we say goodbye, we have two important announcements we'd like to share with you. We'd like to congratulate Dr. Maisi Tao for being named UW Oshkosh Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Support of Inclusive Excellence. Most recently, Dr. Tao served as the postdoctoral fellow and instructor with the Center for Healthy Communities and research in the Department of Family and Community Medicine at the Medical College of Wisconsin. She earned her PhD in Social Cultural Anthropology from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities and her BA in Anthropology and Certificate in Asian American Studies from UW-Madison. Wish you nothing but the best for you in your new role. WACMA, or Wisconsin United Coalition of Mutual Assistance Association, would like to announce the winner of their new logo. WACMA held a new logo design competition in early June, sponsored by Landmark Credit Union, giving artists and designers a chance to submit their best ideas and designs. There were over 139 logos submitted, making it very hard for the board to select. Congratulations to Sang-Yang Zhang from Seattle, Washington. Sang-Yang grew up in Spokane, Washington, where she attended Eastern Washington University and received her BA in Visual Communication Design. She works as a full-time graphic designer at Brand and Marketing Agency. Congratulations, Sang-Yang. We certainly appreciate your time joining us today on Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV, the first over-the-air Hmong TV broadcast in southeastern Wisconsin. Before we say goodbye, we encourage everyone to stay safe and healthy during this pandemic. For the latest information, please follow us on our Facebook page, Nyob Zoo Milwaukee TV. Until next time, may our community be blessed and inspired to do positive things even through tough times.